Cattle producers, would you like to improve the growth and health of your beef cattle herd for less than a dime a day per head? The nutritionists at Extra Factors can design a mineral program for your cattle that will help you meet your goals and maintain them. If you're interested in improving your herd, give them a call at 620-672-5616 and ask for Levi Macbeth. At Extra Factors, they provide nutrition solutions for today's livestock.
This is Donnie Gertzen with Doug Ray Chevrolet in Pratt. Yes, we are your #1 rated new and #1 pre-owned dealer in all of South Central Kansas. But we're more than that. We're a full-service dealership offering a full certified automotive service department that includes diesel repair plus our award-winning body shop. So no matter what your automotive needs, Doug Ray Chevrolet is here for you and your family. Doug Ray Chevrolet, service department, body shop, and more. Still doing business your way in Pratt, Kansas.
This is Chris with Car Auction and Real Estate. We've been proudly moving assets since 1965, with locations in Pratt and Larned servicing the surrounding counties.
Jamie here with Car Auction and Real Estate. While our marketing strategies clearly stand out, we stand strong on our principles of integrity, transparency, and reputation in our industry.
Whether it be buying, selling, auction, or appraisal needs, look us up online at carauction.com.
Good luck and go Greenbacks.
It's time to schedule your Medicare annual wellness visit. Your health is our priority. At Pratt Regional Medical Center Internal Medicine, we encourage our Medicare patients to take advantage of this opportunity. You're eligible for this free annual wellness visit if you've had Medicare coverage for more than 12 months. Together, we'll develop a personalized plan to help keep you feeling your best all year long. Call PRMC Internal Medicine and ask to schedule your Medicare annual wellness visit and stay on a path to better health.
Welcome to Championship Softball, brought to you by Eastus Media. 8 teams, 8 seasons, still hopeful to take home the state title. These 8 teams have traveled to Pratt, Kansas, and over the next 2 days here at Pinkall Field at the beautiful Green Sports Complex, one will be named your 2025 state champion. We've got 2 full days of coverage coming your way. 8 teams, 2 days, 1 champion here on Eastus Media. Welcome to Day 2 broadcast here at Pinkall Field. Once again, I'm Cody Eastus, and if you tuned in yesterday, we had all 4 games brought to you here by Eastus Media. A great day of softball. Not a single game more than a 2-run ball game. It was a great display of 1-2A softball here at the Green Sports Complex here in Pratt, Kansas. Today, the 11 o'clock matchup, 2 teams that advanced yesterday. The Inman Teutons taking on Blue Stem Lions in your 11 o'clock matchup, and we expect nothing less than another great game. Yesterday, the Teutons of Inman took on Pittsburgh St. Mary's Colgan to start the day off, and they gave us extra innings early on in the day's schedule, an 8-inning contest where the Teutons would have to come back and win in the bottom of the 8th. Came away with a 7-6 victory. A great day for them. They move on to the semifinals and now set to take on the Blue Stem Lions. Blue Stem comes into this ball game 21-3, came into the tournament 20-3. They picked up their win yesterday against Onega in a 2-0 matchup that propelled them to the semifinal matchup here in Day 2. They are the 3 seed. So they will be the guests today. Lower seed, always the guest team in the format of this tournament. The number 2 seeded Inman Teutons taking on the Lions here. And we'll recap that game yesterday. Start with the Blue Stem versus Onega in that ball game. A low-scoring game. We mentioned the final score 2-0 in that ball game. And the only scores coming by Blue Stem in the 3rd and then again in the 5th to add one more to that total, just a little bit of insurance in that ball game. At the plate for Blue Stem, not a lot of hitting as both teams had great pitchers in the circle. Looking through the box scores from yesterday, Pearson 1 of 1 on the day, also one of the 2 runs that came home and score. Samaya Worrell, the other run that came home for the Lions. So they would go on to win that game 2-0. Ready to take on the Teutons here. 11 o'clock matchup, and you could not ask for a better day for championship softball here at Pinkall Field. We've been battling rain and weather all week with this Kansas weather, but today, a beautiful sunshine day, and if you got here to the ballpark early, you could smell the fresh cut of grass, the mowers going. Just a beautiful day to start the day off. A little slight breeze coming out of the north. If you're watching the live stream, you can see the flags blowing from right field in, so that right field fence going to be playing a little shallower today. Outfield should be dried up a bit from yesterday. We saw some great plays in the outfield yesterday, but also saw some plays where it looked like outfielders just moving a little bit slower than normal, and due to a lot of this rain that we got, understandably so. So we've got a great matchup coming up here for this 11 o'clock game. It'll be Inman taking on Blue Stem to see who punches their ticket to the championship game. We'll be back with softball here in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Pinkall Field here at the beautiful Green Sports Complex as we get set for the 11 o'clock first pitch matchup between Blue Stem and Inman. Blue Stem comes into this ballgame as the 3-seeded team overall in this tournament. 21-3 as they enter this contest. Inman, the higher seed, 2-seed coming into this tournament, 23-1. Their record came in with the 22-1, picked up a win yesterday, and now a semifinal matchup to see who punches their ticket to the championship game. Now, today, guaranteed 2 games. So you win yesterday, and you get 2-game guarantee, and then whether you win or lose this game depends on which road you take from here. Come away as the winner. You're playing in the championship game later this evening at 5 o'clock. If you fall in this game, you've still got another game to try to take home a 3rd-place finish at this 1-2A state softball tournament. And so that's what these 2 teams will be trying to do. I want to thank all the sponsors that helped put this broadcast on throughout the tournament. The city of Pratt has played a huge role in making all of this happen, getting the field, the complex, everything ready. So shout out to Justin Crouch, who has been a busy man these last couple days this week here at Pratt, making sure all the fans coming from the surrounding towns to this tournament get the best experience possible. And we try to provide the same thing here on Eastus Media, bringing you big-time coverage to small-town teams. This 2-day broadcast couldn't do it without the sponsors that have stepped up along the way and pitched in saying, hey, we want to help out. We want to help this broadcast. And hopefully after day 1, everybody was happy with that broadcast because we're bringing you another full day. It'll be 4 games on slate for today. We will take a break for the national anthem here. Starting lineups, they won't do the official full lineups like we did in day 1. Those will come again in the championship game for the teams that make that championship game. So we'll get to starting lineups when we come back. And we have some batters in the box, some pitchers in the circle, and we are minutes away from an 11 o'clock first pitch here on Eastus Media. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Pinkall Field here at the beautiful Green Sports Complex. Day 2 of championship coverage of the 1-2A softball tournament. National anthem sung. Appreciations to Brandon Wade, the musical director here at Pratt High School. And now it is time for some softball semifinal action here, as it'll be the Inman Teutons taking on the Blue Stem Lions in Game 1 matchup. 21-3 are the Lions taking on the 23-1 Inman Teutons. In the circle today for Inman, Lila Levine. We saw her yesterday, and what a day she had. Only gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and that was the highest scoring game we saw of the day. That 7-6 game to open things up went into extra innings, and the Teutons had to come back after getting down in the top of the 7th inning. St. Mary's Colgan taking the lead with a 2-run home run really changed the landscape of that game, but the Teutons able to score 1 in the bottom of the 7th to force extra innings, and then would get it done with a walk-off in the bottom of the 8th to advance. So that is just the type of ball that we've seen at this tournament, and excited to see more ball. And it is starting now. Leading off for the Blue Stem Lions, Lily Huseman, catcher today. We'll get through the starting lineups here in just a bit. In the circle, Lila Levine. A bunt laid down early by Huseman, trying to get that leadoff runner on, and she's going to do it. A throw goes wayward of Schrog at first base, and very quickly, Lily Huseman turning that leadoff into a double. She'll take the extra base after the error, and just like that, the Lions start this ball game off with the runner down at second base. So Levine will have to work with the runner on second now, as Evan Neal, the left fielder, comes to the plate. Sends one out to left, and setting up underneath it, Ellie Timish. Saw Olivia Bradley out there in left yesterday for the Teutons. It's Ellie Timish in left field picks up the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 34.
Huseman still down there at second base. Nothing that she could tag up on there. And another pop-up from Pilar Cox coming over from center, Charlie Leinhart. You can see these outfielders having to battle a little bit of this early morning sun. Saw it on the last ball from Timish, and that time Leinhart putting a hand up to fight it. 2 quick outs after that leadoff double from Huseman now for the Teutons. And a cleanup batter coming to the plate, and Jewel Carlton for the Lions.
Jewel Carlton.
Carlton, a good day at the plate and a good day in center field. Rips one down the left field line, but it'll go foul. Boy, that would have gotten down. It would have scored that runner from second. And the Lions, if they were able to strike first to open this ball game up by putting some runs on the board, put a little pressure on Inman here early on. An 0-1 count, swung on a chopper to third base. Fraze takes it, the throw to first. So after the lead off double, no, they're going to say a foul ball, that Fraze fielded that in foul territory. So Carlton will have another shot, being down 0-2 as she comes back to the batter's box. Got her swinging on that one, fouled it back into the net. Carlton stays alive. Two outs here, top of the first, early action. Lily Huseman finding herself down at second base to start this ball game off. The 0-2 pitch tried to get her chasing high. Carlton didn't bite. First ball of the at-bat, count 1-2. Levine trying to get herself out of this after giving up that leadoff hit. Sends one to right field. That will get down. Noon coming in on it, trying to come home from second, and score is Huseman, and she does. So the Lions turn that leadoff hit into runs. And an RBI single for Jewel Carlton. Puts the Lions on top, 1-0. And that will bring to the plate right fielder Danny Orpin. Levine trying to reset with 2 outs here. Pitch on the way, a hard hit ball, shallow left field. It'll get down. Timish can't get there in time. And what a rally in this first inning by the Lions. Doing it with 2 outs now. They've got runners on first and second base as Orpin moved them around and got to first herself.
Now batting number 22, Samaya Worrell.
As the Lions continue to go through the lineup, it will be Samaya Worrell coming to the plate. Off-speed pitch misses low. Count 1-0. Popped up. Will it stay in play? Schrog chasing it to the dugout. It'll get out of play. A 1-1 count for Worrell. Got her swinging on the high fastball. Nearly got through the glove of Maddie Parsons. Would have advanced the runners, but she does a good job of it. Parsons behind the plate today for the Teutons. Allison Schrog down at first base. And the off-speed pitch misses low. Count goes 2-2. Marley Ballard at second place. Addie Alcala at shortstop. Taylor Fraze at third base. And in the outfield, Ellie Timish in left. Charlie Leinhart in center. And Alexis Noose in right field. And a strikeout to get the Teutons out of this inning. A much-needed one, as they'll head to the bottom of the first, but they trail it 1-0 early here at Pinkall Field. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning, and we've already got scores on the board as the Lions able to strike first in that top half, put one on after the leadoff double from Lily Huseman. Now it'll be Pilar Cox in the circle trying to shut down the offense of this Inman Teuton team. Lily Huseman behind home plate. Lola Guy at first base. Samantha Wynn at second base. Eliana Pearson at shortstop. And Samaya Worrell rounding out the infield for this Lion defense. In the outfield, Evan Neal in left. Jewel Carlton in center field. And Danny Orpin in right field. Pilar Cox, a great day yesterday in the circle. One of the best pitchers in the state of Kansas. A 1-1 count here as Maddie Parsons, the catcher on this Teuton team, at the plate to lead things off. Finds herself down 1-2. A 1-2 pitch from Cox on the way. Swung on, and Pilar Cox starts this ball game right where she left off yesterday with a leadoff strikeout. That will bring Charlie Linhart, the center fielder today for the Teutons, to the plate with one out here in the bottom of the first. Off-speed pitch just misses low. Got her swinging on that. Count 1-1, evens up. One count again, off speed. Linhart out in front of that one, able to get the end of the bat on it, but fouls it back into the net for strike two. Linhart back in the box now. Pilar set and ready. 1-2 pitch on the way. And another inside off-speed pitch. Linhart goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That will bring the pitcher up for the Teutons in Lila Levine. Trying that inside corner again. Got it. Cox ahead in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Went up high with that one. Got Levine to chase it. Fouled it back. Now finds herself down. 0-2 in the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first in this Game 1 of Day 2, this semifinal matchup. Jammed her up again inside, trying to make a great play behind home plate is Huseman. Nearly makes it, diving into the netting. What a hustle play from Lily Huseman. Count remains 0-2 on Levine. The 0-2 pitch right down the middle. And 1, 2, 3, all 3 strikeouts for Pilar Cox. The Blue Stem Lions will be back up when we come back. Top of the second here on Eastus Media. Welcome back to day 2 broadcast of the 2-1A State Championship softball tournament here on Eastus Media. Through one inning of play, it's the Lions of Blue Stem find themselves on top 1-0 after scoring 1 to open up this ball game. Leading things off here in the top half of the second will be shortstop Eliana Pearson for the Lions. A swinging strike 1. Also want to give a big shout out to all the officials today and the officials across the state of Kansas. A busy time here, championship week for all classifications. Here in Pratt today, Wayne Burns, Cameron Chandler, Gary Davis, Charles Gibson, Don McDaniel, and Phil Nusser have been on the call for you all day yesterday and again today. So many appreciation and thanks to all of those on the field and behind the scene for all of these KSHA events. And one of the biggest ones taking place today that starts today is that all classes track meet in Wichita, the biggest track meet in the nation here in the state of Kansas. 2-2 the count as we get back to ball here for Eliana Pearson. A 2-2 pitch. Leaning, but sends it to third base. Fraze, no trouble there. Scoops and a quick throw over to first for the first out of the inning. With one out, that will bring to the plate Lola Guy, the first baseman for the Lions. She'll try to spark something with one out. 1-0 pitch, fouled back. Behind in the count now, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, got her leaning. Levine gonna come in from the circle, take that one herself, and the throw over to first for the second out of the inning. Nice play from Lila Levine, picking up an out herself. 2 outs now here in the top of the first inning, and it'll be Reagan Harold to try to put together a 2-out rally. Off-speed pitch, got her swinging for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, try the inside again and got it. Boy, Lila Levine really settled down after that first inning. Has great command over these pitches now. She's trying to work through the bottom part of this lineup for the Lions. Head in the count, 0-2, off speed again. A chopper to Fraze at third. Can she do it again? Yes, 1-2-3. The Teutons take care of the Lions. They'll head to the bottom of the second when we come back here on Eastus Media. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning we head. Due up here for the Teutons will be third baseman Taylor Fraze. Got a lot of action that last inning over there at third. Made some great plays. Now has a chance to do something here at the plate as the Teutons trail it 1-0. Blue Stem striking first in the top half of that first inning. Now a mound visit as Huseman going to come out and chat with her pitcher in Pilar Cox. Make sure they're on the same page. It's every pitch important in a one-run ball game. Everybody back all set now. Fraze will step back in the batter's box. The 0-1 pitch. Tried off speed inside, just missed. The 1-1 pitch on the way from Cox. And that one blows it by her for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Off speed, turns on it. Worrell going over from third, but that ball will get out of play, land on the third base dugout. No play to be made. Everybody resets. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball into left center field. Carlton coming in, makes a great underhand catch out in center field for the first out of the inning. What a play out there in center by Jewel Carlton. Had to get in fast on that one. Also account for the wind. Does a great job doing it. Picks up the first out here in the bottom of the second. Outside corner just misses for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, tried outside again, didn't get it. Cox trying to work that outside part of the plate to keep it away from the left-handed hitting Addie Alcala at the plate for the Teutons. 2-0 pitch, got her swinging that time. Count 2-1. The 2-1 pitch again, off speed down the middle. Had Alcala guessing. Count evens up at 2-2 as Cox works her way back into this at bat. The 2-2 pitch outside, just missed, low and away. First full count we've seen today. Comes here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Got her swinging for the 4th strikeout of the day for Pilar Cox. With 2 outs now here in the bottom of the second, we'll bring up number 12 second baseman Marley Ballard for the Teutons. Ballard gets set. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Swings on that first pitch for strike 1. And Pilar Cox continues to have these batters guessing. The 0-1 pitch again swung on. Cox ahead in the count, 0-2. A dangerous place to be if you're a batter. Oh, 0-2 pitch on the way. Ballard does a good job fighting that one off. Had to go up high to get it. Too close to take with an 0-2 count. Stays alive with the foul tip. And tried the off speed. Nearly got Ballard. One-two pitch coming here for Cox. Tried low, missed in the turf. Count evens up at 2-2. Two-two count here, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Got her swinging, and Pilar Cox picks up her 5th strikeout of the day. And we come back top of the third on your way. A 1-0 ball game here at Pinkall Field. Welcome back. Top of the third we go. A 1-0 ball game here in the 11 o'clock game at Pinkall Field. It's Blue Stem on top after putting 1 run up to start this ball game off. Lily Huseman led it off with a leadoff double and eventually came around to score. And now back at the plate is Huseman. Pops that one up. Count 1-1. So this top half of this Lion lineup, see if they can recreate that magic they had in inning 1 as Levine in the circle trying to get through it this time around. That one fouled down the third baseline, out of play. One-two pitch, hard hit ball down the third baseline, gets over the head of Fraze. Huseman does it again. She'll stay put at first this time, but another leadoff single from Lily Huseman. We saw what happened last time the Lions were able to do with a leadoff runner on base, able to convert that into a run. And once again, Evan Neal will come to the plate with a runner on first base. Trying to lay down a bunt to move her over, but just goes foul. Neal will have to give it another attempt. Neal down 0-1 in the count after that failed bunt attempt, but trying to move over Huseman. Coach Jerking trying to play some small ball here to put a runner in scoring position to get to their 3-4 hole hitter. That pitch from Levine missed for a ball, so count evens up at 1-1. 1-1 pitch again in the turf. Parsons, good job keeping that in front of her behind home plate, holding that runner at first base. 2-1 pitch on the way. Inside, strike 2. Evens the count up. Nice pitch from Lila Levine. Working her way back in this count. Two count, misses outside. Will fill the count up at 3-2. Big pitch coming up here for Levine. No outs here in the top of the third. And fouled off. Neal, a good job fighting off that one close. The 3-2 pitch, off speed, got her looking for the first out of the inning. What a big pitch from Lila Levine. That will bring Pilar Cox to the plate. Runner still down at first base, and Huseman Flew out to center field her first time up. Takes first pitch, ball one. And another inside pitch taken, ball two, count 2-0. Now not sure what the conversation here is. Oh, an open gate down the first base line. Got that equipment taken care of. Back to play here, a 2-0 count for Cox at the plate. And another take for ball three. So Pilar Cox looking at a 3-0 count. We'll see the play here. How confident is Coach Jurging in her star player on a 3-0 count? And taking on a 3-0 count. Can't imagine a green light in that situation here at this level. There's three things every kid learns growing up. It's how to tie your shoes, look both ways when you cross the street, and never take a swing on a 3-0 count. That time Cox not doing it. Fouls it down the first base line. Schrog trying to go over her shoulder to make the play. Can't do so. And so a 3-0 count quickly goes to 3-2. And Levine right back in it, looking for her second out of the inning. Big 3-2 pitch. Jammed her up inside, a pop fly. Alcala coming over from short, makes the play. Huseman remaining down at first base after that leadoff hit. The next two lines batters haven't been able to move her around. That'll bring the center fielder, Jewel Carlton, to the plate. See if she can be the answer to do something with that leadoff base runner. Turned on that one, well ahead of it, though, as Levine came with the off-speed pitch. The 0-1 pitch fouled out of play down the right field side. Big 0-2 pitch here from Levine. Fought away by Carlton. She stays alive. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Inside, over the head of Alcala at shortstop, and Carlton comes through. And coming around third base is Huseman. A play at the plate, and a great throw from center field from Charlie Linhart to prevent a run from coming home. Huseman trying to score from first, and the play at the plate for the third out of the inning. And now a discussion being had. I believe maybe Coach Jurging arguing that the plate was blocked after seeing that, but no signal yet. And what a call this will be. As it stands right now, that was the third out of the inning. A great hit from Carlton. And then Huseman trying to hustle around from first base. But after the tag out at home, a nice tag put on from Maddie Parsons, Coach Jurging coming in, wanting the official to talk about whether or not that plate was blocked and prevented Huseman from having a clear path at it. And they are going to confirm, stick with the call on the field, out at home plate. So what a play from the defense of the Teutons. We head to the top of the third after a scoreless, bottom of the third after a scoreless inning from the Lions. We'll be back here with more on Eastus Media. Welcome back. Bottom of the third we head after an electric ending in the top half of that third inning. A play at the plate got the Teutons out of it, and now trying to create some offense of their own as Ellie Timish comes to the plate. Trying to lay down an opening pitch bunt, fouls it back into the net for strike one. So that was a bit of an interesting play to close that inning out. The Lions with a runner on first base. Carlton sent one out into left center field. And Huseman trying to come around from all the way from first base to score. Great throw home, tag out, and then a discussion on whether or not home plate was blocked. But after the officials got together, they say the play on the field stood. And we head to the bottom of the third. Timish finds herself down 0-2 in the count. An inside pitch misses for ball one. One-two pitch on the way outside. Yep, got the outside corner. Pilar Cox picks up her 6th strikeout of the day. Only one batter faced to this point that has not resulted in a strikeout, and that was Taylor Fraze in the last inning. That line out to center field.
Now batting number 19,
6 of the 7 batters that Cox has faced to this point, she's taken care of by way of strikeout. Stepping in the box to try to change that for the Teutons, Allison Schrog. And a swinging strike one miss. Cox again ahead in the count. The 0-1 pitch got her swinging on an outside fastball for strike two. Cox ahead in the count, 0-2. See what she brings. Fouled off, stays alive is Schrog. And again, Schrog doing a good job fighting off anything close. Stays alive. Still behind in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Once again, Schrog fighting anything close. Off, just hasn't been able to straighten one out, putting them all right back into the net here at Pinkall Field. One out here in the bottom of the third inning. Teutons trying to create some offense. And a pitch in the turf misses. The first ball of the at-bat thrown by Pilar Cox. We're 6 pitches into it, but Schrog has been doing a great job after being down 0-2 in the count, fouling off anything close. The 1-2 pitch outside, still ahead in the count, not wanting to give her anything close. That misses, so now the count evens up at 2-2. Two-two pitch inside, got her looking on the off-speed pitch. And a lengthy at bat that eventually ends in another strikeout for Pilar Cox. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third as right fielder number 1 Alexis Noon comes to the plate for the Teutons. First pitch, strike one. The 0-1 pitch got her swinging, low and inside for strike two. The high off-speed pitch. Cox takes care of business. Once again goes 1-2-3 against the lineup of this Teuton team. We head to the top of the fourth when we come back here on Eastus Media. Welcome back to Pinkall Field here on Eastus Media as we head to the top of the fourth inning. A 1-0 ball game. The lone run coming in the top half of the first inning by this Lion offense. And Danny Orpin stepping in to start things off here in the top of the fourth. Orpin did pick up a base hit in that first inning, creating some of that offense. Can she do it again here? Lila Levine really settling down in the circle after that first inning, and ahead in the count early here, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch outside, got her swinging. Levine fired up, picks up an opening strikeout of this inning. That will bring Samaya Worrell, the third baseman, number 22 for the Lions, to the plate. And the off-speed pitch got her swinging for strike one. Tried inside again, just misses. Count evens up at 1-1. And a 1-1 pitch, high this time, swinging for strike two. Worrell behind in the count, now 1-2 with one out here in the top of the fourth. Tried outside fastball, just missed. Two-two pitch, change up, got her swinging for the second out of the inning. Two outs here in the top of the fourth, both by way of strikeout for Levine. Eliana Pearson, the shortstop for this Lions team, will come to the plate with two outs. Jammed her up inside. Pearson fights it off. And that one nearly into the Inman dugout. Count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, outside corner, another strikeout for Lila Levine, and she's fired up, rightfully so, as we head to the bottom of the fourth here from Pinkall Field. Welcome back here to Pinkall Field on Eastus Media. I'm Cody Eastus on the call for all 4 games today. It's the championship day of day 2 of the 2025 2-1A State Softball Tournament being hosted here at the Green Sports Complex in Pratt, Kansas. A low-scoring affair here between a number 2 seeded Inman team taking on the number 3 seeded Lions of Blue Stem. 1-0 your score as runs have proved hard to come by. 2 great pitchers in the circle for these teams. Pilar Cox for the Lions and Lila Levine for the Teutons. And Cox ahead on the count 0-2 as the Teutons back to the top of their lineup in Maddie Parsons. The 0-2 pitch, tried the outside, nearly got it. First ball of the at-bat for Parsons. A 1-2 pitch, hard hit ball, going to get over the head of Pearson at shortstop. A leadoff base hit for Maddie Parsons. Their first base runner of the day against Pilar Cox comes here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we'll see if that sparks some momentum for this Teuton offense. Charlie Linhart, the center fielder, will come to the plate now with an opportunity, a runner down at first. Trying to bunt her over and whirl about as shallow as you can be coming in on that, anticipating the bunt. Wanting to come in and make a play if Linhart does lay that bunt down. And she was only about 5 feet from the batter's box when the ball made contact with the bat of Linhart. The count 0-1, and here comes Whirl again, sneaking in. And now caught between first and second base is Parsons. Throw down to second will send her back to first base. Good job by Huseman to walk it down and then throw down to second. A 1-1 the count on Linhart. Got her swinging on the inside pitch, and another big secondary lead for Parsons over there at first base. See if she catches the attention of Lily Huseman behind home plate here for the Lions. A 1-2 count for Linhart here at the plate. Tried low in the turf. 2-2 count. Big pitch on the way here for Cox. Fights it off as Linhart stays alive. Parsons down at first base here for the Teutons. Pitch on the way. Off speed and high, and Linhart turns on that one. Sends it well into foul territory down the left field line. Count remains 2-2. And another high pitch. Linhart able to turn on that one. Just a little bit ahead of these. Stays alive, though, with a 2-2 count here. No outs in the bottom of the 4th. And the Teutons, for the first time today, have started this inning off with a base runner, the only base runner that Cox has allowed. 2-2 pitch, off speed again. Charlie Linhart continues to stay alive, fighting off anything close. Two-two pitch, turns on that one, foul. Boy, she's making good contact. Her timing is down, just a little ahead of it. If she's able to straighten one of those out and put it between the lines, that could have a chance to score Parsons from first base. Well, once again, Charlie Linhart will step into the batter's box. Count remains 2-2. Outside misses. Good job by Huseman to go up and get that. Nearly got away from her, would have advanced the runner. Count fills up now, 3-2, after Linhart has battled in this at bat. And the 3-2 pitch once again turned on and fought away from Linhart. An 11-pitch at bat so far for Linhart. A battle going on between her and Pilar Cox in the circle for the Lions. Count is full. Who will win the battle? And Parsons remains at first base, eager to move on contact. 3-2 pitch. Make it a 12-pitch at bat. Why not? This is one of those at-bats that whoever wins this at-bat, whether it's Pilar Cox or Charlie Linhart, you just feel like a tip of the hat is necessary at the end of this. 3-2 count on the way. Down the middle, Pilar Cox comes out the victor of that lengthy at-bat from Charlie Linhart. A 13-pitch at-bat that eventually ends in the 9th strikeout of the day for Pilar Cox. Parsons still down at first base. And that will bring up Lila Levine, the pitcher for this Teuton team, trying to create some offense of her own. A mound visit. Bringing some water out for their pitcher. We saw this yesterday. As Pilar Cox putting in a lot of work, making sure they keep her hydrated. So back into the batter's box will step Lila Levine. With one out here, bottom of the 4th inning. Parsons down at first base. Trying to bunt, able to get it down. Huseman comes from behind home plate. And a mix-up at second base. Some confusion here now. A lot going on. Nobody too sure of who's safe, who's not. And somehow Parsons comes around and scores. And there's going to be a conversation had about what happened here, because halfway through that play, Parsons was sent to the ground around second base. It looks like she collided with Pearson. And then it looked like the field umpire, though, was signaling out, though, with his hand out there. But after all that is said and done, I think they're going to say the run scores. No out was gotten by the Lion defense. I thought that field umpire had his fist up, signaling an out. And just like that, we've got... And so we think the signal was a fist out in front of him, maybe not in the air, that would have signaled interference. But it appeared that the Lion defense took that as an out signal, so they disregarded that runner in Parsons coming around second base, and then she realizing that no one was paying attention to her, headed for home, and in all of that, Levine was able to get to first base safely. So we've got a tie ball game here. Runner remains at first base, one out in the bottom of the 4th, and to the plate will come Taylor Fraze. A lot going on. We try to sort it out for you. 1-0 count here. Back up the middle, gets over the head of Pilar. Heading for second base is Levine. Going to turn it around it. Now tied up and tagged out. A mix-up on the base path for the courtesy runner that came in for Levine. Looked like that was Cora McClellan out there on the base path and turned and rounded second base, but that ball shallow enough that Carlton in center field able to get it in quickly and tag her out. So an odd inning unfolding in front of us here, one that the Teutons have been able to tie this ball game up. It's 2 outs as Addie Alcala will come to the plate after the base hit from Fraze. First pitch misses for ball one. So 3 hits in this inning for the Teutons. Been held hitless to this point. And a runner still down at first base in Fraze as Alcala fouls that one back. Even the count up at 1-1. One pitch outside. Misses for ball two. And that pitch off speed got her swinging. Evens the count up at 2-2. Cox now 1 out away from getting out of this inning. The Teutons were able to tie this ball game up. 2-2 pitch. Turns on it, popped into right field. Coming in is Danny Orpin, and that one will get foul. No play to be made on that. Pushed out into foul territory. The long fly ball from Alcala. Out of play. She'll be back in the box. Count remains 2-2. Outside corner just misses. Tough one to take if you're Alcala, but she does. Count fills up at 3-2. Big 3-2 pitch here coming from Cox. On the way, turned on once again, right field side, out of play. Really a different inning for this Teuton offense this inning. We've seen some lengthy at-bats and some offense generated. 3-2 pitch, high for ball four. And Alcala will take first base. That will move Fraze down to second base. And the first walk of the game from Pilar Cox will bring Marley Ballard, the second baseman, to the plate. Turned on down the third baseline, just foul. Ballard with an opportunity. Fraze down at second base, Alcala at first base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we're all tied up 1 apiece. The 0-1 pitch high. Huseman has to go up and get it. And now a visit in the circle as Lily Huseman going to come out and talk with her pitcher. Count 1-1 on Ballard. Runners at first and second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now Huseman will come out of the circle after a quick chat with Pilar Cox. Get back to the batter in Marley Ballard here for the Teutons. Teutons trying to keep this 2-out rally alive. The off-speed pitch misses inside for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch, outside fastball. Good for strike 2. 2s across the board. Two pitch on the way, fouled off. Coming in from first is Guy, but it'll get out of play before she can get there. Ballard trying to stretch this at-bat out and turn it into some offense with 2 outs here. Inside pitch again. That one may have a chance. Nope, it'll get out of play as well. Count remains 2-2 for Marley Ballard. Two outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, all tied up 1 apiece. And a pitch low in the turf. Runners will advance as it gets by Huseman. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd and a full count for Ballard. So with 1 pitch, things have changed. Big pitch here for Cox. 3-2 pitch on the way. Hard hit ball into left field. But drifting back, Evan Neal makes a great play to get the Lions out of the inning, but not before Inman can tie it up. We head to the top of the 5th. 1-1 your score here at Pinkall Field. Welcome back as we head to the top of the 5th inning here at Pinkall Field in this 11 o'clock Game 1 matchup of Day 2 of the Class 2 1A State Championship Tournament here in Pratt, Kansas. I'm Cody Eastis with Eastis Media, and this game has not disappointed. It's the 2 seed versus the 3 seed, and a pop-up from Lola Guy for the first out of the inning, right back into the glove of Maddie Parsons. That will bring Regan Harold to the plate for the Lions. A quick out for Lila Levine. As the Lions in the bottom part of their lineup trying to answer after the Teutons put up 1 run in the last half of that inning to tie this ball game up. And we knew it was going to be a low-scoring affair between Levine and Cox in the circles today for both of these teams. The question would be who would provide the run support for their pitcher. Looked early on like it was going to be the Lions as they jumped out in that first inning with some offense of their own to take the 1-0 lead. And 4 innings later, the Teutons tie it up. 0-2 count here on Harold. Tries outside and misses. Count goes 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way. Got her to chase the high ball to second base. Ballard, the nice scoop and throw over to Schrog at first for the 2nd out of the inning. Now the Lions get back to the top of their lineup. And Lily Huseman, who's had a great day at the plate, has reached first base both times and came home to score the lone run for this Lion team. Makes her 3rd trip to the plate. Reaches for that one, sends it foul, out of play. Levine back in the circle on the 0-1 pitch, misses low for ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning, all tied up 1 apiece. And a hard hit ball, shallow left field. It'll get down before it gets to Timish. And a 2-out single. Huseman continues to have an impressive day at the plate for this Lions offense. Well, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The Lions able to put a runner on. Can they spark a 2-out rally? Left fielder Evan Neal coming to the plate. Tipped in front of her, and now they're going to say foul ball. 0-1 pitch from Levine. Popped up into the middle infield. Alcala will come over from short and take it, and the Teutons get out of it. No damage done by the Lions. We head to the bottom of the 5th here on Eastus Media. Welcome back, bottom of the 5th inning here at Pinkall Field. I'm Cody Eastus with Eastus Media, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 ball game as Ellie Timish comes to the plate for the Teutons. Struck out her first time at bat, but that is a common theme against Pilar Cox. Behind here in the count, 0-1. Takes that pitch outside for ball 1. Cox has had a great day for the Lions. The Teutons able to put up the tying run, though, back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jammed up. Timish fights that one off back into the net. Behind in the count, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, foul back off the helmet of Huseman. He'll check on her and make sure she's all right. She'll take a minute. Ball came right off the bat of Timish. As they allow Huseman a chance to walk that one off. Home plate umpire going to come out, allowing as much time as needed here for Lily Huseman. She walks down the first base line. Everybody checking on her. While they check on Lily Huseman, we'll take a break and be back as action resumes. And as I say that, the ovation comes as Lily Huseman heading back behind home plate. So we'll keep it here.
All right, here you go, girls.
Huseman now getting herself fitted back up with gear behind home plate. Count will be 1-2 for Ellie Timish. That foul ball that went off the helmet of Huseman. Second strike of the at-bat. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. All tied up 1 apiece. Fouled out of play. Both of these teams trying to punch their ticket to the championship game later at 5 p.m. The 1-2 count. Check swing. Did not go. Timish stays alive. Two-two pitch, hard hit, ball into left field, and a great play from Evan Neal for the first out of the inning. Had to come in quick on that, underhanded out there and left, made it look routine, but it was anything but. So 1 out now here in the bottom of the 5th. As Allison Schrog comes to the plate. Pitch just misses low for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch outside. 2-0 the count. Schrog ahead. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. See if the Teutons can capitalize and build on that last inning where they will put up 1 run and tie this ball game up. First strike of the at-bat comes on a swing and a miss from Allison Schrog. Count goes 2-1. Two-one pitch again, outside, got her swinging. Pilar Cox back in this at-bat. Gets it to 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. Fought off by Schrog. She stays alive. Two-two pitch low in the turf. Count goes full. Three-two pitch inside, misses. Schrog with a nice at-bat, stays patient and draws the walk. Puts a runner down at first base for the Teutons with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring Alexis Noon, the right fielder, to the plate.
Now batting number 1, Alexis Noon.
Squares to show bunt, trying to move that runner around. Can't get it down. Pitch in there for a strike. Squaring to show bunt again, and Worrell walking her down. I've never seen a third baseman come that shallow on a bunt attempt, but Samaya Worrell showing no fear at all. One of the rare third basemen you also see that doesn't play with a face guard. The hot corner coming in, but 0-2 count. She'll be swinging away. Swings on that one. Fouls it back. Count remains 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch from Cox. Got her swinging. Cox picks up her 10th strikeout of the day and the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup are the Teutons as number 3, the catcher, Maddie Parsons, comes to the plate. Still down at first base, Allison Schrog after drawing that one-out walk. And Parsons fouls that back into the net for strike one. The 0-1 pitch gets away from Cox, and a base will be taken by Schrog. She heads down to second base safely on the errant pitch that takes the count to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch low in the turf. Called for a strike. Caught the corner. Count goes 1-2. 2 outs here. Runner at second base for the Teutons. In the bottom of the 5th, where we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Got her swinging on the high off-speed pitch, and Pilar Cox excited as she heads to the dugout after picking up her 11th strikeout of the day. Still all tied up 1 apiece as we head to the top of the 6th here on Eastus Media. Welcome back, top of the 6th inning. First pitch underway as the Lions, Pilar Cox, after getting herself out of that inning with a 11th strikeout of the day, coming to the plate to lead things off in a 1-1 ball game where it is anybody's game. Popped up, coming in from first is Schrog, and has to make a play that didn't look like it'd be that tough. Turns it in to a basket catch. She was looking at Parsons behind home plate, thinking maybe she was going to come out and get it. Eventually, Schrog comes in, gets the out. Doesn't matter how you get them, it's that you get them. Allison Schrog picking one up there. So 1 out here, Jewel Carlton will come to the plate now after that pop-up from Cox. Swings on first pitch, strike 1. Levine having a good day in the circle for the Teutons. Gave up that opening run and the lead in the first inning. Since then has really settled down. A one-hopper to Fraze at short, at third. Throw over. Second out comes. Nice play from Taylor Fraze at third base. Had to go across her body to make the play. And then a nice throw over to first base for the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs now, Danny Orpin, the right fielder for the Lions, to the plate, takes first pitch, strike 1. 0-1 count, swung on, a grounder right back to Levine, and a quick 1-2-3 for the Teutons. They'll head to the bottom of the 6th to try to break this 1-1 tie that we've got ourselves here at Pinkall Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Bottom of the 6th inning we head here at Pinkall Field in Game 1 to see which of these two teams will punch their ticket to the championship ballgame later today. It's the Blue Stem Lions taking on the Inman Teutons, and we're all tied up here as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Charlie Linhart coming to the plate to see if she can do something to break that tie for her Teuton team. It has really been a pitching duel today between these two pitchers. Pilar Cox in the circle for the Lions and Lila Levine for the Teutons. And that ball turned on. And I believe it was it Linhart that had the 13 pitch at bat her previous time? It was. And so Linhart pulling one again down that left field line. We saw that back in the 4th inning. A 1-1 count. Again, pulls it down the third base line, and Coach Bree Ryan has to be quick on her feet, duck to get out of the way of that one. Count 1-2 after a couple foul balls from Linhart here. And the 1-2 pitch got her swinging for the first out of the inning. That will bring to the plate with one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Lila Levine trying to help herself out on offense. Create some run support of her own. Good cut, fouls it back into the net for strike one. The 0-1 pitch, off speed, must have just missed low. Count goes 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Cox popped up, maybe a play at the plate from Huseman. Can't track it down, looked to her right, and it came over the left shoulder. Count will remain 1-1 for Levine with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. All tied up, 1 run apiece. The Lions' lone run coming in the opening inning. Took this Teuton team 4 innings before they would generate a run and eventually tie this game up. One pitch, off speed, turned on from Levine, and a 1-out single gives the Teutons a base runner. Sat on that off-speed pitch. A disciplined at-bat from Lila Levine, and now the Teutons with a 1-out single have the go-ahead run down at first base.
Now batting number 11, Taylor
That will bring to the plate third baseman Taylor Fraze. Outside catches for strike one. Down at first base, Levine looking to be moved around. No sign of a bunt from Fraze there. She's put the bat on the ball well today. Coach Ryan wanting to give her a chance to swing away here, not sacrifice the bat that is Taylor Fraze. 1-1 count, popped up. Coming in from center is Carlton. Now at second, ball drops. Some confusion between Wynn and Pearson in the middle infield. Both of them looking at each other. Pearson at shortstop eyed Wynn at second base, and Wynn did the same. And before they knew it, the ball was too late for somebody to make a play on it. Runners now at second and third base, second and first base for the Teutons here with one out in the bottom of the sixth inning. And that'll bring Addie Alcala, the shortstop, to the plate. The go-ahead run down at second base. Now squaring to show bunt. Alcala fouls it back into the net, not able to get it down, but Levine trying to get to third base on that bunt attempt. Has to head back. Count 0-1. Will we see Alcala try to lay it down again? No sign of bunt. And now Levine going to take third base, left unattended from Samaya Worrell, coming in so shallow to defend that bunt. And nobody covering the bag. A heads-up base running play from Lila Levine. And just as importantly, Taylor Fraze follows her from first to second. So both runners able to advance. A throw down to third base, not in time. And that completely changes this scenario from runners on first and second to now second and third in this tied-up ball game. The 1-2 pitch swung on for the second out of the inning. Pilar Cox trying to get herself out of this inning all by her lonesome. 2 outs now as number 12, second baseman Marley Ballard, comes to the plate. Can they bring in that runner from third? Levine, with 2 outs now, will be running on contact. Ball hit into center field. Carlton underneath it, and the Lions escape unscathed. The Teutons not able to do anything with the 2 runners. They're left stranded, and we head to the top of the 7th when we come back. Welcome back as we head to the top of the 7th inning, last inning of regulation play. Will the game make it to extra innings? We've got 1 inning to be determined. Coming to the plate for the Lions to try to break this 1-1 tie will be third baseman Samaya Worrell. In the circle remains Lila Levine. 1-1 your score on this championship Friday here at Pinkall Field. Blue Stem able to put that first run up in the first inning. The Teutons answer in the 4th, and we've been all knotted up since then. A 1-0 pitch in there for strike one to even it up. A 1-1 count off speed. A good pitch from Levine. Had Worrell off balance, swung on that one for strike two. Worrell looking for her first hit of the day. Outside corner, just misses. Count 2-2. Fouled back, Worrell stays alive.
Relax, Maya. Relax, bro.
2-2 pitch on the way. Outside corner just misses again. Count goes full. Big pitch on the way for Levine, trying to avoid putting the lead off batter on base here for the Lions. Full count pitch, big pitch from Lila Levine. Sends Worrell down on strikes after a good at-bat. Able to get herself out of it. One out now here in the top of the seventh as Eliana Pearson, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Levine missing in the turf for ball one. The 1-0 pitch turned on. A chopper to Fraze at third base will make the throw over. Second out, down. Well, Taylor Fraze has had a great day at third base for this Teuton defense. She's had a couple balls come her way and has made every one of them look routine. And now the Teutons 1 out away from a chance to try to win this in the bottom of the seventh. But they've got to get through Lola Guy first, who comes to the plate for the Lions. Sends that opening pitch over the head of Ballard at second, and a 2-out single. I almost spoke too soon as Noon came up throwing from right field and nearly got Ballard. Had Schrug not pulled her foot from first, I think the throw may have been there in time, but regardless, it is a 2-out single for Lola Guy, and that'll bring Regan Harold to the plate with 2 outs now, runner at first base. Now a mound visit coming from the infield of this Teuton team as Guy remains down at first base. She would represent the go-ahead run in this ballgame. The Lions, the visiting team in this ballgame, so Teutons will have a chance to bat regardless of the outcome of this inning. With 2 outs, Regan Harold steps to the plate. Off-speed pitch in there for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch again in there for a strike. Levine ahead in the count, 0-2, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning and a chance to get their bats out. Ball back to Levine at the mound, and they get out of the inning and will head to the bottom of the seventh. The Teutons a chance for a walk-off win in this Game 1 opener. Stick around. You don't want to miss this coming up on Eastus Media. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Pinkall Field. Leading things off for the Teutons. Ellie Timish steps to the plate, and she'll have to battle through the excellence of Pilar Cox, who has thrown a great game today for the Lions. And the Teutons one swing of the bat away from ending this ball game as we're all tied up 1 apiece in the bottom of the 7th. What a game to start this day 2 off. And it was Inman we saw yesterday that was pushed to extra innings in that 11 o'clock game as well. A tough matchup against Pittsburgh St. Mary's Colgan. One they were able to eventually come away with an 8-inning win. Now trying to avoid extra innings here in the bottom of the 7th. Timish fouls that one back. Count goes 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way from Cox. Inside, got her looking for a called third strike. And Pilar Cox picks up her 14th strikeout for the first out of the inning. Correction on that, 15th strikeout for Pilar Cox. Coming to the plate now with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. First baseman Allison Schrog. See if she can create some offense from the bottom half of this Teuton lineup. Get some runners put on base, try to get back up to the top. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside, swung on for strike 2. O2 pitch on the way, grounder to short. Pearson makes the nice field to throw over to Guy for the second out of the inning. 2 batters, 2 outs for this Lion defense. We're 1 out away from heading to extra innings. But a chance to change that will be Alexis Noon, who will come to the plate.
Alexis Noon.
And see if she can spark this 2-out rally for a chance for the Teutons to win this game in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Let's go, P. You got it right here.
Opening pitch swung on a hard hit ball into center field, but Carlton doesn't have to move an inch as it lands right in her glove for the 3rd out of the inning. Deja vu from yesterday. We head to the top of the 8th when we come back. Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning here at Pinkall Field in the opener for day 2 of this 2-1A state championship softball tournament. A tie ball game, 1 apiece. Blue Stem versus Inman. Runs have been hard to come by. Both offenses trying to generate some offense against the arms of Lila Levine and Pilar Cox. So far to this point, only 1 run apiece for each team. Both teams Back to the top of their lineup, though, as we enter extra innings at the plate here for the Lions. Lily Huseman has had a good day at the plate. She's gotten on base all 3 times, this being the 4th time. Facing Levine, finds herself down 0-2 in the count. The 0-2 pitch went up high and missed for ball 1. One-two pitch on the way from Levine. Turned on, popped up. Fraze coming in. Another great play from Taylor Fraze at third base. What a play for the first out of the inning. Into foul territory, came in, made an excellent diving play in front of her. So with 1 out now here in the top of the 8th, they'll bring up Evan Neal. High fastball, didn't like it, takes it for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. This time comes back with off speed and drops it in there to even the count up at 1-1. Again, the high fastball misses for ball 2. Two 2-1 count in there for strike 2. Count evens up at 2-2. Neal at the plate has put the bat on the ball. 2 of her 3 at-bats with 2 flyouts. And a roller to Fraze again at third base and throws a hot one over to Schrog at first, who can't handle it. And the first base runner of extra innings is going to come with 1 out here in the top of the 8th as Evan Neal reaches first on the error from Allison Schrog. Taylor Fraze with a rocket over there at third base and looked like it just caught the palm of the glove of Schrog at first. And so now with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning, it's the Lions with an opportunity in the heart of their lineup with a runner down at first base. Coming to the plate, Pilar Cox trying to create some offense of her own to help her out when she gets back in the circle. 1-0 pitch swung on for strike 1.
Take a breath, focus in. Watch the ball.
Be a 1-1 count on Cox, runner at first base. Turns on the inside pitch, fouls it back. Neal trying to take second on that, but it was tipped back from Cox, so she'll have to head back to first base. The 1-2 pitch turned on too quickly, and Cox fouls it into the net. Popped back into the net. Cox stays alive. Count will remain 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, outside corner, got her swinging for the second out of the inning, and the sophomore Levine continues to have a great day. 1 out away from getting out of the top of the 8th.
Now batting number 12, Jewel Carlton.
That will bring center fielder Jewel Carlton to the plate with 2 outs here. Runner on first base in extra innings. Ahead of that one, tips it back into the glove of Parsons for strike 1.
Stay with it.
Inside pitch this time, runner going to go, and safe. As Alcala not able to handle the throw down, bobbles around in her glove a bit. Now a runner down at second base is Neal able to steal one. Count 1-1 for Carlton at the plate. Runner has advanced from first to second. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. 1-1 pitch inside, fastball, got her swinging for strike 2. Carlton, 1 strike remaining, 1-2 the count. Tried to get the off-speed pitch, misses low. Count goes 2-2. The 2-2 count popped up. Chasing it over is Schrog. She'll have to give up on it as it gets out of play.
Relax, Joe. Hit the ball. Go.
Carlton still alive at the plate. 2-2 count. Turns on that one. And the 3rd out of the inning. Another strikeout for Lila Levine. The Teutons will head to the bottom of the 8th with a chance to win this in extra innings when we come back. Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Pinkall Field in this Game 1 matchup of Day 2 of the 2-1A State Championship Tournament. And the Teutons back to the top of their lineup as Maddie Parsons set to lead things off. A chance to win this ball game in dramatic fashion. One swing of the bat is all it'll take for the Teutons. Parsons trying to do it early here. Drops one into shallow right field. And a leadoff runner on base here for the Teutons. She's had a great day at the plate and continues to do so, giving her team a chance. And that will bring Charlie Linhart to the plate. Trying to bunt, lays a nice bunt down. Pilar coming in, throw to first, safe at first base. The throw not in time, Linhart able to leg it out. So not only does she advance the runner, doesn't have to sacrifice herself. And just like that, runners on first and second for the Teutons here. No outs in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting number 10, Lila Levine.
And that will bring Lila Levine to the plate. What a story it would be if she were able to do this here after throwing 8 great innings of ball in the circle for her defense. Now has a chance to come to the plate and walk it off here and send her team to the championship game. First pitch misses low. Inside for ball one. One 0 count on the way. Fouled back, out of play. A battle here between the two pitchers today. Pilar Cox, who has thrown a great game, has 15 strikeouts on the day for the Lions. And Lila Levine at the plate. Chasing that outside pitch, fouls it back into the net for the first strike of the at-bat. The 1-2 pitch inside and sends her down looking. Levine thought it was inside, but Pilar Cox able to hit the spot. And the first out of the inning comes. Another strikeout from Pilar Cox. That'll bring Taylor Fraze, the third baseman. He's had a great day defensively for the Teutons. Now a chance to do it on the offense. Opening pitch outside misses for ball one. The 1-0 pitch turned on into left field. Shallow has a chance to get down. No. Neal comes in, makes the play. Throw to second. Back in time safely is Parsons at second base. And now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Lions 1 out away from getting out of what looked like could be a troublesome inning after the Teutons get their 1 and 2 batters on base. Now 2 quick outs. As Addy Alcala at the plate, behind in the count, 0-1. Turns on that one, pops it up, trying to come back and make a play. Huseman, but it'll get out of play. Count will go 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, high, misses for ball one. And taking third base. And overthrown at third. How quickly can Parsons recover? She's going to try to come home and win it at the plate. Out at home. What a call. The Teutons trying to get aggressive on the base path, sending that runner home on the overthrow. And Samaya Worrell recovers nicely and throws a strike for Huseman to put the tag on. A discussion being had, but it won't change the call. I think Coach Ryan just asking, can you get an opinion from the other umpires? It's such a huge call. And out is the call. So we'll head to the top of the 9th inning after the Lions able to hold off the Teutons when we come back. Welcome back, top of the 9th inning here at Pinkall Field. Another extra inning ball game for this Inman Teuton team. That's how they started the tournament on day 1. And following it up here on day 2, an extra inning ball game against the Lions of Blue Stem. And what an electric finish to that last inning, as it looked like maybe the Teutons were going to sneak away with the win on the aggressive base running. Popped up. Fraze will come in from third for the first out of the inning. And a play at the plate is how the third out of the inning comes. So now everybody a chance to regroup, recover as we head to the top of the 9th. That was Danny Orpin on the flyout. Now to bring Samaya Worrell, who had the great throw from third base. And now sends one over the head of Alcala. And a base runner for the Lions now with one out here in the top of the 9th. So the shortstop, Eliana Pearson, steps into the plate. One out here, top of the 9th, after Worrell finds herself down at first base after that one-out single. Trying to bunt to push her around. Nice bunt laid down, has to hesitate, foot on the bag, and the out call at first. A bit of hesitation on that out call at first. As Pearson laid down a nice bunt to move over Worrell from first to second. But in doing so, traded it for an out. So now 2 outs in this top half. Lola Guy coming to the plate. Had a base hit her last at bat here against Levine. Can she recreate it here in the top of the 9th? Down the right field line, and will go foul. No one able to get there in time to make a play on it. Count 0-1. Off-speed pitch got her Lena. Now ahead in the count 0-2 is Levine. One strike away from getting out of this inning. And a chance to get the bats back out in the bottom of the 9th. But Lola Guy may have something to say about that. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did she go? Nobody in a good position to really call that. And I think now Parsons asking, can I check with the field umpire? She does. He says she did not go, so the count goes 1-2. Levine coming home on the 1-2 pitch, gets her swinging, and ball not caught, tipped, and gets out of the glove of Parsons. So Guy still alive at the plate. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Got her swinging on that one. And once again, Lila Levine retires the inning on a strikeout. The Teutons will head to the bottom of the 9th. Similar situation, a chance to end it with one swing of the bat when we come back. Welcome back. Bottom of the 9th we head here at Pinkall Field as Adia Kala steps to the plate to try to win this thing with one swing of the bat. Fouls that one back out of play for the first strike. The Lions had an opportunity in that last half of the inning, able to get Worrell on base, down to second base, and then couldn't move her home from there. That'll be the Teutons an opportunity. Popped up down the left field side, and Worrell takes it for the first out of the inning over at third base. Good communication there between Pearson and Worrell to sort that out. With one out now here in the bottom of the ninth inning, second baseman Marley Ballard will come to the plate to face off against Pilar Cox. In the turf low for ball one.
Relax out there, P4.
1-0 pitch misses high for ball two. And Ballard would take a walk here anyway to get on base and give your offense a chance to drive in a run, whether it's by way of hit, drawing a walk, a hit by pitch, whatever you got to do to get down to first base. The 2-0 pitch takes that pitch for strike one. Try the outside, just missed. And Ballard now looking at a 3-1 count, has the advantage in this at-bat against Cox. Something rarely seen today.
Take a breath, Pilar, you got it.
Big pitch on the way from Cox. 3-1 pitch, swung on, pop fly down the right field side. Wynn coming over from second base and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Good job, girls. Got you.
So 2 outs now, bottom of the ninth inning.
Now batting number 15, Ellie Timmage.
And that will bring Ellie Timish, the left fielder, to the plate. Outside fastball just misses, ball one. And a 1-0 pitch, swung on, good cut from Timish. Back into the net for strike one.
Girl. One at a time. You got it.
The 1-1 pitch, again, another nice cut from Timish, just not able to make square contact. Now finds herself down in the count, 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth inning. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, and Pilar Cox gets herself out of the bottom of the ninth. We head to the top of the 10th here at Pinkall Field. Welcome back, top of the 10th inning. Yes, you heard me correct. Top of the 10th here at Pinkall Field. And a quick out for the Teutons as Regan Harold tried to lay down a bunt and create a base runner any way possible. A nice play once again from Taylor Fraze at third base, coming in to make the play and the throw for the first out.
Up to bat number 18, Lily Huseman.
That will bring to the plate the top of the lineup for this Lions team, and Lily Huseman. Once again, extra innings here in this 11 o'clock opener for day 2. One out, top of the 10th. Huseman sends one to short. Alcala, a nice play. Throw over for the second out of the inning. Adi Alcala, a great play here in extra innings to keep the base path empty for the Lions.
Batting for the Lions, number 6, Evan Neal.
With 2 outs now here in the top of the 10th, that will bring to the plate Evan Neal, the left fielder for this Lions team. Turns on that first pitch, and once again, Fraze with a rocket over to first base. Quick 1-2-3 work for Levine and the Teutons. We head to the bottom of the 10th when we come back. Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning here at Pinkall Field. I'm Cody Eastis with Eastis Media, bringing you all of Day 2 coverage of this Class 2 1A State Championship softball tournament. And what a game we've got for Game 1. Extra innings between Inman and Bluestem, as one of these teams trying to punch their ticket to the state championship ball game later this evening. 1-1 your score, bottom of the 10th. And Allison Schrog at the plate for the Teutons, trying to create some offense against the excellence that is Pilar Cox in the circle for the Lions. One and one the count. That pitch misses low, 2-1. Two-one pitch on the way. Misses low, nearly caught Schrog in the foot. Count 3-1. 3-1 pitch swung on outside. Count fills up at 3-2. Schrog still being aggressive at the plate with a 3-1 count. I like it. You've got to create offense any way you can generate it. Now looking at a 3-2 pitch. A 3-2 pitch low in the turf. The leadoff walk drawn by Schrog gives the Teutons life. So that'll bring up Alexis Noon to the plate after Schrog able to draw the leadoff walk. No outs here in the bottom of the 10th. And the Teutons will have a chance to get back to the top of their lineup. Noon squaring to bunt. Nice bunt laid down by Noon. Worrell comes in, throw over to first. Bobbled! Runner safe! A great play from Samaya Worrell at third, and Lola Guy just not able to hang on to it at first base. And now runners at first and second for the Teutons here in the bottom of the 10th. Coming to the plate, the Teutons get back to the top of their lineup, and Maddie Parsons has had a good day putting the bat on the ball. Runners stay put at first and second. We saw the last out of the last inning come on the base path for this Teuton team. Will they remain aggressive trying to win this game? Ball popped up, out of play by Parsons.
20 points, you're at the water bottle.
No outs. Count 1-1. Bottom of the 10th inning. The stage is set for Maddie Parsons. Ball hit to third. Worrell going to come across her body, make the throw, and once again, bobbled at first base. Now trying to come home and win this game. And the Teutons walk it off as Schrog comes home to score. Your final score. 2-1 in extra innings. And the Inman Teutons will head to the championship ball game later this afternoon. And it took 2 extra inning games for them to get there. What a win for Coach Bree Ryan and her Teuton squad. 24-1, their season continues. And the Blue Stem Lions have an opportunity to play for the 3rd place game later this afternoon. Ashton Jurging and her squad fall to 21-4 after that extra inning loss. Pilar Cox ended the day with 17 strikeouts in the circle. We knew we'd see good softball today. Didn't know we'd get 10 innings out of game 1. What's on store for us the rest of the day? Stick around and find out. We are going to cut the stream. We'll be back with a new stream for game 2 rather than going straight through from start to finish today. We're going to have a new stream available for each game. So just make sure you like and follow and subscribe or smash that button, whatever YouTubers do, on the Eastus Media page. And that way when we pop up live again, it will let you know. Game 2 coming your way here in about 20 minutes here at Pinkall Field.